Alright, hello, welcome back to kottefolket gamedev vlog. We were last time, I believe, working on the boss a little bit, did some random stuff, and I'm gonna continue with that today. I've been fixing, between streams, I've been fixing a little bit of issues regarding devices and restoring devices and stuff. Now I think it should all work here. I also added some sounds to, like opening doors, toggling, the toggle stuff, things like that, and the focus beam as well. And yeah, so I think it was 4 new sounds all in all. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, so I'm fixing this room. I also added a little bit of entrance here because that is where I'm thinking we should enter from. Now, if I actually encountered a weird issue here, it's like when I try to launch, there actually is like a crash here. And if we look at the if I can find my window here, the logs, there is a weird issue with this, and god damn it, it has to do something with the entities, state machines. We're just doing an update. I believe it's the state machine update. So this is 438. Oops. Yeah, so this is the update function of the state machine system. And somehow we get an error when using an iterator. Okay, this could be that some state machine is like changing the number of entities, or it's like removing an entity or something like that. That could be the case. Because also hang on, 314 and then 350. Okay, so this index is apparently out of bounds. This has never happened before. There might be some bug with this iterator system here that I did. But it's curious that it happens now, like way later. I mean, there might be some edge case. So this is right. This is the number of states. 350. So this is not a view, it's actually a hash map. Interesting. I mean, we're saying that it shouldn't be larger than, if it's larger than the count, we set index to null and return, right? We defer index plus equals to 1. And here we use index. So is there a thing here where you defer this, but when you grab the value out, it might be used in new value instead of the old value? Could that be the case? because we're constantly checking if the count is, if we're not, yeah, over the count here. So could there be an issue with that? So I guess what we'll do is to, I'm just gonna do a test here. And this is the item or whatever. And then we return the item. Instead of doing this, we say index plus equals to 1. Oh, sorry, you didn't see that. Here we go. Yeah, so we have this next function in this iterator, and we have this index, which can be null or the index of where we are in the current iteration, and we're always checking, like, if the index is more than or equal to count, then we set it to null and return null, so then we're done. But here I had this defer index and return. And so, you know, if we check against count, we should be able to get, this should be correct, right? But apparently, well, I guess unless it's 0. No, because if it's 0, then index would be 0 and this would be higher or equal. Yeah. So yeah, so it seems like this doesn't work sometimes, like you can, or it's not working how I thought it worked. It seems to work when it's not a pointer. Maybe that's the issue. I don't know. Because I always wondered, like, if this actually sort of always works, like, reliably. It doesn't seem to in that case. Or there's something else going wrong. There might be something else going wrong. So let's try this now. No, it still crashed. Okay, well, that's promising though that this should still work here. I guess it's the same error. It's the same place. So it's saying that there's an there's an integer overflow. It's not a, huh. It's an integer overflow. So I'm gonna try and look at where this is happening to understand maybe what's happening here. So we've got values 260. So it's actually not even the index that's the issue. It's just accessing values, it seems. Because now we're in multi-array list 255, 256. Is it slice or is it, so 247? It is the slice function. Compute pointers to the start of each field in the array if you need to access multiple fields. Huh, okay. As 247 pointer plus equals field size. So there's a pointer to a U8 plus equal. Is this pointer arithmetic then? Because we're doing plus equal to a pointer type. I wonder which one is overflowing. And these ones we don't know. It's a U size, so it's a probably it's a U64, I believe. That is going to be very large then. Which multi-array is it? It's state. So this one is only like 3 fields. Hmm. Wait, returns back an array of values in this map. Modify the map may invalidate this array. Right, the ones we return. Right, because it might reallocate. But we call count here though. Okay, that's so maybe during this iteration, which should be here, something happens in here which will invalidate the state because we're adding. Right, so what I think what we want to do then is we want to like upfront register the stuff. So set state for key. Oh, I see. So we are doing that though. And it's also strange. This error issue happened after I just added 2 more entities, essentially, like a door and a toggle, and hooked them up. What if I deleted those 2 and then we try it again? Okay, now it works. So for some reason that works. And then if we add the door, that works. Okay, and then the other thing was that we hooked it up. That seems that seems to crash. Okay. It not only seems to crash, it actually does crash. With the same issue. Huh. So why is that the case? Hello Polaris, thank you. Have a nice day yourself. So strange. Right, we receive the state machine and we then use it here. I don't think this pointer can be invalidated. I get maybe it can if we add new state machines maybe during the iteration here. It's strange though because it only happens if we connect it to. I would assume it had to do something with the number of entities because that will increase the number of state machines, which will be closer than to the array list like limit where it needs to allocate more, and then that gets invalidated. But then invalidation there would I mean, yeah, that feels like it should have been like a seg fault or something over here, but I guess that's very random. We don't know exactly when that should happen. But here it's like, it's kind of weird. We get an integer overflow, but it would kind of make sense if this is invalidated. You get some garbage number over here, which could potentially then be near. If we're unlucky, it's gonna be near. I mean, depending on the field size, it has to be, at least half of the maximum or something. If this is 2, it's probably more. This is like bytes or something. Yeah, it's bytes, I think. Oh, what the hell is this? Sizes? It's an array of each. Okay. Right, so it is bytes. So number of bytes, which would be like something like 20 or something. So this only needs to be less than 1 over 20 times the max. So if this is a garbage number, it just has to have like a 1 in the beginning to make it larger. So that's what makes sense here. I think what makes sense here is that this pointer might be invalidated, and that we're just pointing to garbage. So this would happen during this iteration over here. So this would happen like, during this here. So when we run state functions here, at some point, maybe a thing gets created which causes state machine, which causes that to be, So essentially, when we're in this phase, we should not allow any new entities to be created or removed, or because that will mess up with the iterator here. Yeah, that's it. Like we won't accept any thing like that. I'm not sure about removing components because you usually don't remove components. Well, actually we do, like invincible and stuff like that. But that usually is fine because we don't really care. That happens in a separate stage. This only cares about state machines because that's the view here. So essentially we don't want to create new state machines in this stage. That should happen over here in that case. So I think that might be the issue. Especially in the boss room, that might be also a place where we actually create new things. Because it's like creating... yeah, so instead what you do is you call this function which will spawn this later. So it will spawn this thing, but not right away. Or maybe not. maybe it does it right away, actually. Yes, it does. Well, no, it doesn't actually. It creates a spawn. Oh yeah, it creates a spawn kind of configuration that is then gonna get picked up by the spawn. So it creates a spawn entity that then gets picked up by the spawn system, which then creates it at the correct place in the order. Right. The problem though is with this system is that you can't easily like add your own you can't do like a custom place where you decide which components you're gonna add or something like that. You're kind of, what you can do is do this, like have this special enum value which you can then have a pre-configuration for that specific entity, and that's great. And you know, you can determine, you can say, okay, well, what's the position? That's basically what you are doing here. And then, so the position, we want to spawn this enemy type. The problem is, what if we want to like modify it depending on circumstances and the situation stuff? What if we want to add invincible to it, or you know, that you can't do it here. So instead what we should do is we have these end functions. So these are functions that we can add throughout this update phase that will run after we're done iterating through the entities and all that. So here you're able to actually create the entities and stuff. So that should be what we could do. This also works though if we can use it, but I would rather move to another system for that. But I'm just gonna go through and see if we actually do create anything in here. So here we actually do create a, yeah, we even we even create a state machine here. So this one could actually be the thing that triggers the invalidation of the pointer. So but it's also strange that it doesn't happen unless we connect. Okay, it could be that we're altering the garbage data to get the actual issue. Yeah, we can't do this. This also is like, it creates... Where's this called from actually? It's called from initial, and this is where this is called from the state machine system. I mean, we can still have this function, but we can't call it from here. We have to call it, basically, we have to call it basically over here somewhere. Let's see if that was the issue. This issue could still happen. Have to be actually careful. Okay, now it works. So I'm just gonna assume my assumption was correct and I was correct in everything. Okay, great. Now I want to do some stuff. So let's create an exit here. You're gonna go to the right hand side of this one, I think. And you're going to left. Yeah. Actually, this is called right, yeah. Okay. Cool. Great. And then you get over here. This should be open by default. This one should be on. Yeah. And then I should really fix these things. I'm gonna, so that you can actually see what's happening. All right. A little bit easier to see what's going on. Okay. actually just do that one. All right. Now, was there something else I wanted to do? So now it looks like it. Right. So what I want to do now is I want to fix the camera a little bit. So we'll move these up here so we don't see them. And when you're in this area, the boundary is going to be over there. And it's going to be unlocked to the right. And then we'll have other camera settings here. And this could actually, we could zoom out a little bit. Let's see how that looks. Okay. I have to fix like, well, there's a couple of things. Maybe I'll move this door actually over so that it actually get blocked. We get blocked there. So which one is this? Oh. Let's do that. Oops. I'll move you over. So now it's like that. But then I think the boss shouldn't like activate until we've passed the door. So we passed the door and there's like an area activator. Over here or something. This one activates. This thing. Okay. So that closes the door. Because the thing is, like, as soon as you enter the room, the boss is active. So you can stand here and the boss is gonna start shooting you, like, yeah. So the boss shouldn't get active until we are close enough. So what I'm gonna do is, let's go to first boss. And let's see, this is creating the spawner and the shoot state machine and all that stuff. This thing is like its own thing right now. So it just goes. Like all of these just go. I think, yeah, these three are the main entities here. So either we could turn the boss on. We could turn the boss on when we cross this thing here. So let's grab this ID for this entity, and I will save that somewhere. Enter boss room ID. I'm gonna conventionalize this. Okay, let's not do everything at once. So we have this thing now. So what we could do is we could have a we could have a separate state machine that like checks if that is happening. So like enter boss room state machine. It doesn't need to be its own state machine, but I'll just put it here so it's like you know, it's like its own module thing. So we'll have initial. It's gonna be, now this is probably gonna have to change to this when you enter the room again, when you have actually defeated the boss. There's gonna be a different thing, but let's just focus on this initial thing for now while the boss is still alive. So what I'm thinking is this should check if we also want, okay, I also want a state where we have, so the initial state, maybe. Let's not think about that for now. Let's just do if. So we'll grab the enter boss room entity. Actually, that could just be the context. So context could be, this could be attached to that device actually. So what we'll do, well actually, yes, it can. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a set state function here. That we'll call set state for key. And then this is gonna be enter boss room. This is gonna be like, yeah, whatever. And then the state. Yeah. So it can be attached to, because the device already has a state machine, a default state machine. So we have to have a special. We have to have a say which key are we do we want to do here. So. And I also want to move this up here because this common event is for, that's for the boss. Right. So we'll have to, I'm gonna get the enter area and this will be devices, enter area activator, and then we'll check if enter area state is equal to activated. If it's activated, then we'll go ahead and set our state to activate. Or activated, whatever. And we'll have a pre-function. So what's going to happen when we enter the activated state is that the pre-function is called once, and it will set up the stuff. So this will, well, the door is already closed, so what we want to do is we want to basically grab all the entities that we need to change the state for, which is going to be the boss entity. So that is going to be for boss. Actually, I think we have like get entity by ID, and this is like the boss ID. No. Oh, I see. The boss doesn't have an ID. Yes, it has. It has an ID. This is the boss. And this is the ID of the boss. There we go. Boss ID. Okay. If we don't have the boss, I guess we don't care. Then we'll get the boss state. It's gonna be get forest boss. And now we have the shooter and the spawner. So now we have all these entities, and what we're gonna do is we're essentially gonna say that we are gonna have a special state for all of them in the beginning, which is like asleep or something, I don't know, not activated. And then we're just gonna set state for these to be force boss state machine activate or something. Or maybe we could even just call a function actually. Let's just do it like this. Same thing here, shooter. And spawner. There we go. And then that's basically it. And then this guy should just have an update function that doesn't do anything. Cool. So then essentially this entity is done now. So it can actually just remove itself, I guess. To be honest. Do we have this on here? We should have it here. No. Yeah, it's just gonna be this. So it's just gonna be for death. Okay. So it's basically destroying itself. That's fine. Did that twice. Nice. All right. So. Right, so now we need these activate states. And essentially we're gonna have a state. We're gonna have a state called like asleep or something, or inactive. And this kind of goes against the philosophy a little bit of these state machines, because having an outside change the state of something else, then it becomes hard to reason about how you get from one state to another state. So actually, like, usually what I do in this case is not do this. Like, I don't have this outer state modify this other state. What I do is instead I create a common function that essentially we have a function here. So this would be like check if entered boss room. Okay, that's already like a thing. But essentially I have this function here, and then we'll do this in the function instead. And I guess we can have this here. And then this would return true. Or we just return, I guess we just return this. Hello Tsuraki, what's up? Today I'm working on the boss a little bit. It has worked before, but there has been a lot of updates since, and I just need to fix some stuff. And I'm also connecting the room and everything back to the other, so it's like fully connected and everything. So I'm trying to, because like before, the boss room was kind of isolated, sort of like a debug room, like a testing room, but now I'm trying to like connect it to the rest of the stuff and fix some other issues and stuff. Check if we enter the boss room, we get the thing. If it's activated, then we have entered the boss room. So there we go. So now we have this. Now actually we don't need this whole thing actually. So this is how we usually do it. Have this in active state, because now we can say from here, we can say if check entered boss room. The problem is the context won't work though, but if we enter the boss room, we're gonna set the state to active, I guess. Yeah. So set the state to active. Whoops. Active. Thank you. Otherwise, we don't do anything. So inactive, we don't do anything until we enter the boss room, then we go active. So very simple. Okay. And that should be the initial state. So now essentially what we could do is we could just say initial is just gonna be inactive. And we can remove that. So now we have rerouted that little thing. And that should be the same for the others as well now. The initial, and then you go to cooldown instead for this one. And same for this. There we go. So there we go. So that's two different ways of kind of doing it. And we turned out we actually required less states now, because we don't go to like a common activated state. Instead we start out at inactive. We check if we enter the boss room. In that case, we go to cooldown. Duplicate. Oh, we already had one that called inactive. Okay. Let's come up with another one, maybe then. What could that be? I mean, asleep or not initiated, not started. Man, the naming here is inactive. Shoot state machine. Well, I guess, yeah, it's inactive. That's another state where if the boss is... All right. I don't know. Let's just call it asleep. Sure, why not? There we go. But we need to fix this because this context does not refer to the actual enter area activator. So we have to say enter area context. Well, this is gonna be for entity. Actually, get entity by ID, and the ID is enter boss room ID. And then this is the state. So that's gonna be enter area. Enter area. Oh, I see. Right, so if this doesn't exist, I guess this would be false. Because that would be the default. Alright. There we go. Okay, so now the boss should be like quote unquote asleep until we actually enter the room, and then the boss kind of wakes up and does its thing. So let's see if that works. So you come from over here, you go into the boss room. Whoops. What the hell was that? It kind of... The camera settings are weird when you enter the room. It's like flashing a little bit. Are the doors like showing? I go in here, you can see the boss. Okay, so that's a bug. The doors are like flashing for 1 frame or something. And there we go, now the boss is active here. And then we go in. Alright. Oh yeah, I don't have the beam, so I can't actually do anything. Oops. Do you need help, like code, art, or playtesting? I probably need all the help I can get, to be honest. No, but yeah. I mean, playtesting would be nice. I mean, art as well. Art would be really cool to get some help with, because I'm doing everything myself right now. I mean, music, sound, art. I don't know about code. Then I would have to collaborate with some. Coding is the one thing that I know. Like that's what I know. But the other things, yeah, that would be awesome. Okay. What was I thinking about? Oh yeah, that's right. I want to go up here and get the thing. Oh, okay, and then we save and quit, and now we can go here and do the thing. Are you a game developer, Tsaraki? And boom. Huh. Okay, so I think, yeah, there's some kind of damage cap. I don't actually remember having that, but which kind of, yeah, I don't actually remember this damage cap thing. Also, maybe this door should be closed while in this stage. Oh, I died. Oh, that must have been a bug. I died because of a bug. Guys. Last stream I was talking about my project was copying a game dev channel code from my game 2 streams ago, so yes. Okay, sorry. I have a terrible memory. Oh yeah! Last stream. Oh, you mean last stream you were here? Because last stream for me was yesterday. So that was like last... Was that last week or... I don't remember. Oh yeah, so you... Yeah. Now I remember the collision stuff. I haven't checked it out yet, but I'm going to, because I am interested in how how the implementation is. But it's like the thing is the collision and the collision and like the position update and stuff like that, like the optimization of the game is not really prioritized right now because I already kind of dealt with that stuff. So really it's not actually like a high prior right now. But I would check it out just because of interest. Yesterday? What? Okay, then my memory is fucked. But I thought the whole copying code thing, that happened... Oh, wait, 2 streams ago. Okay. I was thinking about the copying code. Okay, is this the last one now? I think it crashed. Yeah. Okay, interesting. It crashed on that for some reason. Let's see if we got some stack overflow, no address, avoiding due to recursive panic. Interesting. Oh, hello. Set signal off. The boss is set to dead a bunch of times. Interesting. Which shouldn't really happen if you look at this, where the only thing we do is draw a label. I was sharing my code, don't remember why, but it was not about optimization, but I just want to check. Oh, okay. I must have missed that then, because I was thinking about something else then, because that happened like last week or something. Where did you pull, like gamedev maybe? No, that was like 6 days ago. That was last week. Where did you post the code? On the gamedev channel. But that was about optimization. That was about collision detection, right? Or at least that was what we were talking about. And then you asked like, hey, I could copy the code if you want, or I can like paste the code if you want. Or maybe that wasn't you. Maybe that was someone else. But then I got these codes. Update chunks, update chunk. Oh, this is yeah. This is Ig. Yeah, game dev channel. Yes, because that was the code I was thinking about. But that was 6 days ago. So I was confused. That's last week. Okay. Okay, one initial interaction with actors and sounds, right? One initial comment, like a nitpick code review comment, is that you're using the wrong convention for Zig. I got slapped on the wrist on that too, because I was using camel case for variables, but only functions should have camel case. Variables should have snake case. That I got slapped on the wrist on that, but I didn't want to change, but then I did change because the reason is because of like shadowing, because Zig doesn't allow shadowing, so having a different casing actually helps with that a little bit. But were you the one that was talking about collision detection, and that you had like a lot of like yeah, you could have like a lot of entities colliding at the same time? Set signal to off. Set state default force post dead. This is very, very strange. Where do we set the state to dead? Common behavior of the boss. Wait, it doesn't have to be the boss, I guess. Force boss. Well, it is the force boss state machine, so it has to be that. Okay, I think that's it. It's only common behavior, common phase 1. Yeah, come on. Hello, Blue or Forest. I was playing Team Fortress 2. You can make demo night. Huh? What are you on about now? Unless something weird is happening, maybe in the pre-function. Oops. I don't think so. Wait, this isn't the thing. This is something else. This is the orb state machine. Yeah, here we go. Here's the dead. Here's the one. Like your character has shield and hand. Your character have shield, hand, a sword, and Demo Knight have shield and a sword. Charge dash, plus hit, critical hit. Demo Knight. Like, do you mean like Demolition Knight, or what? Or like, I mean, a demo, like you're showing a demo, or what do you mean by Demo Knight? Is it like an enemy you're talking about? Or do you mean another type of character? This is strange. I don't understand where this where it's coming from. What is happening? Also, the damage cap thing is weird as well. So just trying to find where this is happening. Maybe it gets like invincible. Hits to stun, boulder damage, stunned max hits. Has taken enough damage while stunned. Like, I'm confused, because I set the boulder damage to like 1,000,000, but it still doesn't like... It still seems like there's like a cap to the damage, which is very strange. Because I don't remember actually implementing that, and I don't see anywhere where that is happening. So about how to cooperate once something delegate. I mean, I feel like right now the game is like it's so early in like development. I feel even though I've worked on this for, I mean, not full time, but you know, for a total of a couple of years now, like one or no, it's actually is it a couple of years? Yeah, I guess it is. I feel like I feel it's still like very early in development. So whatever you're gonna find, like let's say you play test, let's say, and sure you can like, you know, find bugs and stuff like that, but it's not like I feel like I don't know. I feel like so much can change and it's still very like all like a lot of things are still in flux and I have like a lot of ideas to improve already and stuff like that. So it's like I don't really need more I don't know. It's really nice of you to ask to help. To ask for to help. I really appreciate it, by the way. Um but do you can are you like an art, can you draw art maybe? Because that could be something like, or maybe like, you know, stories about. I mean, what you can do there's you can download the game in a kind of a recent update on my homepage. I can link it to you if you want. It's the binaries are in for Windows right now. So if you want, you can play it and give me some feedback if you want. See if I can find this here. Yeah, I'll just link you the. So you scroll down and there's a link there. You have to kind of go around the suspicious download blocking and you know, running it in Windows and all that. But technically, you should be able to download it if you're on Windows and run it. What else did I think about? Yeah, art, sound, music, and story is probably areas that I would need help in. So thank you for the for showing interest in that, and yeah, we can if you're on Discord, we can also communicate on there if you want. Oh wait, enable player attack damage. Well, that doesn't really explain the issue though. Like 1,000,000 damage should just be a one hit. It's a U32, so if we just do like a max here on, actually we even have like health component, health numbers. So this is a U32. So we just take the bolt damage should be the max. So there's no way that hang on. What the hell? Let's just do wrapping. Wait. Oh, I see. I see what's going on. I see what's going on. So, okay. So actually, boulder damage. Okay. Boulder damage actually determines the max health. I see. Because the health depends on hits to enrage. Hits to enrage depends on boulder damage. So we've got like a weird thing there. Okay, well, I'm just gonna do this and say that this is 20 or something. Okay. Okay, that was the issue there. Okay, it was not capped. I was with very strange behavior. It kind of tricked me. Now we can set this to like 1,000,000. Art is not that good, but I can try to find and there's a lot of time to improve. If early stage story can have some unfinished books you can read. Google Translated. Okay. Code is my main focus, but I'm scared of ECS a bit. There's nothing to be scared about. It's easy. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, maybe story. I mean, you can go around. Like I don't really have. I have a tiny bit of stuff written on the homepage. Actually, I don't have anything written on the homepage. I should actually flesh that out for this project at some point. But what you could do is essentially you could walk around in. I guess you could like. Yeah, there is a little bit. There's like a little bit of backstory to the game, and you know what your role is, and the village you live in, and some history behind it, and what's happening in the world and stuff like that. But even that, all that is like very up in the air as well right now. So I'm just trying to cement like one thing after another as it is right now. Okay, so now that is built, so let's go ahead and test this again. So now the boss should like insta die now. Yes. Okay, and this time the things did not close. So that was the bug that we had last time, was that these doors were like locked at this point, so you couldn't leave that little room there. But now the boss dies without issues, I guess. What we could do is like restore the boss to its original thing, and yeah, because the orbs should have the orb at max health, hits to stun. If debug mode is 3, else 40. Okay, let's turn this off, I guess. Yeah, that's the only thing it's doing. I didn't remember that. This is so long ago I did this thing here. Let's try to do the boss normally here. But basically the game, yeah, I can. I think I have some document somewhere I can share with you. Okay, here we go. It's gonna be so much more satisfying if you have like an actual sprite and some like, you know, damage animation and stuff. Ow. Oof, that was close. God damn it. There we go. No, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Ouch. Yeah, that stun is way too long. Like, you shouldn't get stunned and like stun lock there. I don't remember why we have it like that. Where is that happening? This is when you enter like regenerating phase. Yeah, push player. That's happening when we do this, and then we end this, unstun the player. This doesn't seem to work properly. Yeah, it should be like instant. Also, we shouldn't even do this because it's like the problem is, yeah, this actually, we just want to set the state to idle. I guess we still need these. I'm not sure if this is the issue though, because it feels like that should do the thing. Okay, there we go. What time zone? I'm in Sweden, so it's gonna be like is it like UTC +2 or something like that? It changes depending on if it's summer or winter as well. So it's either +1 or +2 because of daylight savings time. I don't remember if the summer is 2 or if it's, because in the summer they let's see, it's no wait, in the winter it gets darker, so they move the clock forward, I believe, so that you wake up later, so that it's brighter in the morning. So then the clock should be later, which adds to the clock. So it should be +1 now, I guess. Oh man! My brain stopped working there for a second. No. Turn around. Ooh. Okay. I still haven't figured out exactly how this boss is gonna look. I was just focusing on like the gameplay and like maybe the theme a little bit, because it's like you have to solve like a puzzle. It's like machinery at the same time, because this is the kind of the dungeon where you find the thing where you can activate like machines and stuff. So alright. Okay, one more phase. Oh man. There we go. Do you prefer modern pixel art or like from early 90s? I can tell you one thing. I'm not a fan of like the high resolution pixel art. I'm really not a fan of that. Like when it becomes too high resolution, I like it when it's like this, like it's lower resolution, you know, 16-bit, 8-bit, something like that. Okay, cool. So we killed the boss. Then what's gonna happen when you kill the boss? I guess this door will open back up, and there's gonna be another door at the other side that's gonna open as well, so you can like exit. You're gonna exit like out here somewhere. So this is gonna be like not sure exactly where. Actually, we're gonna get out here, but yeah. In line with this one almost. It's slightly off. Why is it slightly off? Oh, it's because of the exit entity, right? Yeah, so we go back, we get back out here. Let's just do... I guess it will be like over here. I like the style. Modern looks different. I think, I don't know. I think I like. I don't know. I don't really understand what you mean by modern pixel art, but I think I guess I like both. Like, because I've played modern pixel art games, and you know, if they are, I mean, usually they try to. I guess those that I like usually try to look like, you know, 8-bit games like Shovel Knight, for example, or I mean, I recently played Animal Well, which you could probably. I'm not really sure what you're gonna put that in because it's. Yeah, I don't know, but because it has like a bunch of shader effects and stuff, but it's still like pixel art, like it's still like sort of low resolution, almost pixel art. I would say it's kind of like in the middle, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna say old then, because I know I like old. I'm not sure what you mean by like I would have to see like examples. You know what? We could do something like this. We can have like these things here, so it looks a little bit strange over here. And then, should you be able to go into the room here from here? Let's do it like that, so you can kind of enter here, and then, yeah. So this is gonna be, I'm gonna call this the boss. Where's the boss room? There it is. More detailed, more features and animations is strong and strict. Wait, more detailed, have more features and animations, all just strong and strict. I mean, okay. Could you give me some examples? Because then I could like look at it and I could like kind of understand what you mean. Also, I really want to fix this here. Why is this like this here? Why is it like this? Should be like this. Okay. Okay, so we have this entrance now to the thing. Great. And then we'll do same thing kind of thing over here. So we'll have a door that goes like that, and then we'll have a little exit here. Okay. It's gonna turn into actually let's have it turn into these, I guess. All right. This is right. And this is boss. We're going to the T-shaped scene. There we go. And we need a door. We need a toggle. That is controlling this door. All right. Great. Now we also want to have a camera settings over here. Where we unlock left. There we go. Okay, so let's do... Well, first of all, I want to check if this actually works now. Yeah, so this is closed over here. And then we also want to hook up the boss to this exit door. So exit boss door or toggle ID. And clean up. Open exit door, I guess. That's right. We'll just send a signal there. All right. Okay, I guess if we don't find it, we can't do anything about it. So there we go. That's gonna be like a unreachable, really. It's like if we delete the toggle and make a new one, we have to update the ID, but yeah. All right, so that is now done. I wanna also, when we test this, let's do that. And we're gonna say here, well, let's say like if whoops, I'm not sure if I compile that. Probably didn't. Okay, let's test now. Still have to do this, probably like a little bit faster now though. There we go. So now this door should be open. Yes. And we can go out. I guess we have to we should probably open the first door as well, but it's not immediately clear maybe that this door is open. We could like zoom out a little tiny bit more, I guess. So we could zoom out like that maybe. I'll try this first. Okay, let's do like a tiny bit more. Okay, this is perfect. Cool, because now that opened up to the right, then you can see it. Okay, and then I want this door also to be opened, so we want to grab this toggle. No. We don't have that, yeah. All right, this is the activation area. This is like enter boss room ID. This is like enter boss room toggle ID. Like Mario Dead Cells. Man, I played Dead Cells quite a lot, like when it came out. I guess Dead Cells is okay. I really enjoy more like low resolution though. I'm gonna look at some screenshots actually. Dead Cells screenshots. Yeah, I mean it is kind of low resolution though, but it is like a lot of. I guess instead of having, do they have like rotating pixels and stuff? I don't know. I think I enjoy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Dead Cells. It's just that I guess I enjoy like a little bit more older, old style. Like this works when you play. When I play it, I don't really think about the graphics too much, if I'm gonna be honest. What the hell? But I think I would. I think I'm drawn more towards like old school. Okay. So let's open the entrance door, I guess. Oops. I think I accidentally built twice. Once this done, I'm just gonna build again. Okay, there we go. Also, I'm gonna try and make. I want to fix like the camera. I want to have like a transition. Right, so now all doors open. So cool. I want to have like a transition. Why did that door close? Okay, whatever. I want to have like a transition when you go from one zoom to another, it really does it like very snappy. So that causes the camera to kind of snap, to have some sort of weird snapping thing going on. Yeah, it does. It's like for one frame also, it looks like it's snapping a little bit weirdly as well. So I want to have smooth camera zoom as well. Okay, and then you can exit over here. So this is also like if you come from the other side. From this side. I mean, you see the boss bar. Actually, we shouldn't see the boss bar if we get from this room. Maybe it's gonna be like a thing, like you go in there and you hear like some kind of, you're probably gonna hear some kind of sound effect that there's gonna be some kind of beast there. You're gonna see something, maybe, I don't know. Still weird. I got this the bug where we got like this infinite dead thing. That only happened once, and then it didn't happen again. Interesting. That could be like a lingering bug that can pop up later. So not sure what happened there. But hopefully it doesn't happen again. And if it does, we have to fix it. So okay. What now? What did I think about? So you enter the room from the other side. Yeah, the health bar, that's right. Dual health bar, maybe. Where is that thing? Health bar. Oh, here it is. Wait, no, that's the orb. That is the orb. What the hell? Where's the health bar? What is the resolution of the game? The resolution, I don't really know actually, because it's like when you play the game. So where do we have the resolution? So Yeah, it's like this. I have just chosen an arbitrary screen size. This is just for my own, you know, when I develop here. These are things, these are like details I have not really thought about to 100%, but I just know that I want it to be relatively low resolution, and but then I have the ability to zoom in and out, and I'm gonna also explore using like shaders, using like lighting effects and stuff like that. So yeah, actually, if you zoom in, if you take 1920 and divide by 6, you get 320. So right now, I guess it's like 320 by 180 right now. Like it just depends on the resolution here. So yeah, this would be what you see right now is like 320 by 180 here. If I move, you can see on the right hand side that there is like, you know, you can have like subpixels here, because the position of the player is not, you know, it's not pixel based. It's like a floating number that you can essentially be on subpixels. Let's see what else. Yeah, and also then when you're in this boss room, for example, when you're in here, you see that this is the resolution right now. When we go into this boss area, it zooms out. So now we're zoomed out a little bit. Okay. So yeah, that's also a thing. We're able to zoom out like quite a lot, I guess. Like if we put this, so we're zooming out we're zooming out by, or we're zooming in normally by times 6 or divided by 6. So if we zoom out by the same amount, 0.17, this is 550, I have to remember that. So if you put 0.17 there instead, we should get like how much the resolution really is. So this is the actual resolution of the rendering here. Then I'll go back to 550. All right. Okay. Is there anything else I wanted to do here? I'm just gonna fix the health bar. Fortunately, I don't remember where that is being done. So maybe it's being done over here. HUD system. Draw boss HUD. Here we go. So if we're in the this is such a hacky solution here. We're simply checking. Okay, do we have the forest boss? If we don't, then we're done. If we do, then let's draw the thing. All right. I also want to check. What I want to do here is so I have the boss, right? I want to get the boss context. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. So we're gonna have to get the game. And we're gonna do boss context. It's gonna be state machine context in it. And this is gonna be the boss. That is the entity. And then T for time. Okay, so now we have the context. So now we can say, what did I want to do? I wanted to check if the state is a certain thing. So is state, and the state is going to be first boss. I say we don't have this here. So let's go to force boss, and I will actually export a state machine is force boss state machine. Let's export that so we can access it here. Force boss state machine, and it's going to be the state. That's weird. Why do I only get like functions? Is it because they are not public? Okay, well anyway, we're gonna check if we are asleep. That means we should also return. So then we don't draw the HUD if we are asleep. Okay, we'll do this, and then I have to go here. What the hell is this? Memory address leaked? Wait, do I get memory leaks when compiling? No, this must be when I... Oh no, this is when I played the game, and yeah, okay. Okay, that was strange. Let's try this again now. So this should be still undefeated here. I'm gonna go over to this scene, start from here. And we can go down. And now it's like a mysterious closed door here into some kind of ominous big room. And over here now we can access over here. All right, cool. Great. Right, so that's gonna be it for this time. We fixed the boss, so the boss now works. It's also connected to the rest of the game. So essentially you go in here, you are locked in the room with the boss. You have to defeat the boss. When you defeat the boss, you get, you unlock the doors. You don't really get anything from defeating the boss right now, but there will be the plan is to have a mechanic later, that which I haven't really gotten to yet, because it's kind of a massive thing that is, I'm not even sure we're gonna do it, because it just feels so difficult and a lot of things. But the plan is to, when you defeat the boss, each boss in each area is basically gonna transform the entire area into, it's like you're defeating the evil, and the evil kind of retreats from the area. So there's gonna be like less monsters. The nature is gonna retake like the area, so that you can maybe access new things that you couldn't before, and it's gonna like transform. So when you go back to the village, there's gonna be like more secrets to find along the way and stuff like that. That was the initial idea, but Yeah, we'll see. Otherwise, I would have to figure out something to like some kind of reward for defeating the boss. Right now, you get like the upgrade, you get like the main upgrade you get from the dungeon itself. To be able to reach the boss, you have to use the upgrade. But when you defeat the boss, maybe you get, you know, you get something else. I mean, you essentially progress the main quest. That's what's gonna happen, basically, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this time. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and